Welcome once again to What's New in O-Gauge, now on its own dedicated channel. This is our weekly look at new products for our three-rail layouts, libraries, and train rooms. This week we feature new releases from Lionel, Menards, and MTH. See the video description for more information about each of the following products. Lionel Trains will be producing not one, not two, but three exclusive PS-1 boxcars for the Metropolitan division of the Train Collectors Association. The first car commemorates the classic P-51 Mustang fighter aircraft in colors matching the previously released but sold out Gunfighter SD-70 Ace diesel. Next is another P-51 Mustang boxcar commemorating the famous red-tailed Tuskegee Flyers that matches the colors of the previously released but sold out red-tail SD-70 Ace. These cars will look great in any military-themed consist, however. The third PS-1 boxcar commemorates the 45th and 47th President of the United States and matches the colors of the previously announced and still available for pre-ordered Air Force One ES-44 diesel. All three cars are expected to arrive in late 2025. The early order price for the cars is $99.99 each, or both P-51 boxcars for $194.99, or all three for $289.99. Lionel will also be producing an exclusive Legacy O-Scale Fairbanks Morse Trainmaster diesel in Jersey Central colors for Metka. The models are expected in late 2025 and have a pre-order price of $599.99. Menards has released a new batch of its popular transparent covered hoppers with LED lighting, and as of right now, they have not yet sold out. These cars feature full metal die-cast sprung trucks and metal couplers with the articulated coupler shaft to accommodate 027 curves. The popular cars are available now on Menards.com and are priced at $56.17 each, or four for $190.97 before rebates. MTH Electric Trains will be releasing the 2025 Rail King O-Gauge operating boxcar with Signalman beginning this summer in 4 exciting schemes. When the operating track section is activated, the signalman will emerge from the opening car door with his lantern lit. MTH says the boxcars operate on a separately sold operating track section from any manufacturer, although it is not clear whether that means a magnetic operating section or a 5-rail operating section or something altogether different. The cars will be available in limited quantities at MTH authorized retailers beginning in September 2025. Available road names include Reading, New York Central Pacemaker, Milwaukee Road, and Rio Grande. The suggested retail price is $99.95. This one is sure to start an argument. MTH Electric Trains has announced an exclusive and uncatalogued premier O-Scale FEF Class 484 Northern steam engine in Union Pacific Denver Rio Grande Heritage colors for exclusive distribution by the Train Loft. The locomotive will be available in extremely limited quantities beginning in July 2025. The early order price is $1599.95. MTH Electric Trains has announced an exclusive and uncatalogued Rail King O-Gauge crane car in unique Strasburg Railway colors for exclusive distribution by Train World. The crane will be available in very limited quantities on a first-come, first-served basis with an anticipated arrival date of June 2025. The early order price is $79.99. MTH Electric Trains has announced an exclusive and uncatalogued Rail King O-Gauge crane and crane tender caboose set in unique Long Island colors for exclusive distribution by Nassau Hobby Center. The cars will be individually boxed and available in very limited quantities on a first-come, first-served basis with an anticipated arrival date of June 2025. The early order price for the set is $159.99. And new from Oxford University Press is The Iron Horse in Indian Country, Native Americans and Railroads in the U.S. West by Alessandra La Roca Link. The Iron Horse in Indian Country shows how indigenous Americas across the trans-Mississippi West actively engaged with Western railroads, not simply as passive bystanders to, and victims of, railroad expansion and dispossession as they have traditionally been cast. Foregrounding the hidden histories of native entanglements with the Iron Horse between the 1850s and 1930s, the author reveals how they played central roles as guides, passengers, entrepreneurs, wage earners, and tribal citizens. Many indigenous Americans became wage earners, and in some cases wage payers, at a historic moment when the federal government sought to sequester natives on isolated reservations and limit their labors to agriculture. Indigenous political envoys made authorized and unauthorized visits to Washington, D.C. for negotiations among Native leaders, railroad corporations, and the federal government. The beginnings of tribal and intertribal activism that would accelerate into the early 20th century. The railroad provided indigenous communities with a tool that they often put in the service of sustaining their culture and material lives in the face of colonization. Indeed, the end of formal treaty relations with Native Americans in 1871 resulted from growing concerns about private negotiations taking place between corporations and tribal governments that directed the course of settlement in the region. Additionally, railroads facilitated a growing intertribal Indian identity, as Native Americans used proliferating Western railroad networks to visit one another, thus forging and renewing cultural, political, and social ties. Such ties were critical to the survival of indigenous communities facing demographic decline over the course of the 19th century. Just as the West shrank with the arrival of the horse on the plains, so too would it shrink as steam-powered locomotives brought far-flung locales into the traveling range of many Lakotas, Navajos, Cherokees, and others. Presenting a story that goes beyond the narrative of dispossession of native land and resources, the Iron Horse in Indian Country demonstrates how the locomotive power settlement of the West was constantly contested, thwarted, and negotiated by the original inhabitants of the region, who appropriated and repurposed this technology to transform it into a literal and figurative vehicle of survival. Follow the link in the video description for availability options and pricing. And remember to visit our virtual storefront on Walmart.com. This channel does receive a small commission on qualifying sales generated from some of the links in this video. That's all for now. Thanks for watching.